Welcome back to the Boss Body Podcast. It's your boy, M-Man Trayvon, the People's Champ. I got a special guest in the building, my boy KEPA. Hawaii's very own, man. So, it is ironic time, and we got a special guest on here who's from Hawaii. I just came back from Hawaii and shit, so it's definitely really nice. Like I said, man, it's a Boss Body Podcast. We got a new setup and shit, new mic and shit, so we finna test this out. Test how it's going and shit, man. So
thank you for having me on the show, man. Greatly appreciated.
Most definitely. So tell the people, man. Tell the people a little bit about yourself, man.
Well, I was born on Maui. I was there for about a year or so before my mom decided to come back here to Minnesota. My mom got pregnant very, very young, and my father still being out here, and my mom ended up having to go back to Maui. She wanted me to meet my dad and see some of my family out here, trusting I was going to go back to Maui. So I grew up out here, actually, for most of my life, all of my life, actually. I left here for Washington for probably about 9 months to a year or so. Traveled around to, like, Vegas and Texas and a lot of Cali, Washington, Oregon. So I've been around a little bit, but grew up out here in Minnesota. Went to school in the Anoka County area. I lived in around the Ham Lake, Blaine area. Got kicked out of Blaine twice. And then growing up, I was, once I hit 18, I started trying to figure out what I was really trying to do. Didn't know what I was doing. Kept screwing up. Eventually, I wanted to go to school for international business, economics, and finance, but I started going to school at Minneapolis Business College and got like this office administrative diploma degree type of ordeal.
Yeah.
But around that time, that's when I started getting sick. I had to get gallbladder removed and whatnot. Started developing cyclical vomiting. My mom had a brain tumor at the time, so I started juggling a whole lot. And between working, going to school, and everything. Oh, yeah.
A lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff.
Whole bunch of stuff, man. So
my apologies for taking the whole ordeal, man.
No, it's all good. That's good. Now I gotta test these airways. I'm looking down and check these airways out here on the anchor. So I gotta make sure we speaking real clear and stuff. Make sure people can hear you. You feel me? We doing good. So
all that comes into your music. So
thank you. Something I'm actually working on a little bit. Nothing clear on drop dates. Nothing clear on how everything's gonna be set up yet. But I've been writing, rapping since I was about 14, 15 years old. And
how are you now?
I'm 28. So
about 14 years.
Yep, 14 years. Haven't dropped anything. I've just been kind of quietly working, trying to master the craft as best as I can. Working in silence a little bit. Okay. Improving. But it all takes repetition. And at the end of the day, I need to get more repetition in. And I think now with everything coming up and how it is, and me getting in touch back with my roots and some of my family in Ohana back out on Diana on Maui, it's things are starting to come in full circle, and it's an exciting time, honestly.
Right. It's cool. But we had a few George come in, man. They come in and out how we do and shit, bro. So I know you sent me some shit. I know we can talk about that as much right now, but I'm gonna say, man, he definitely got a vibe, man. Like he said, he's working on his craft and all that shit, bro. But he definitely got the potential, and he got the message behind his music, bro. It's definitely inspiring, definitely positive. He ain't out here trying to, even if he was, it's cool, but he got good vibes in his music, and I definitely like it, bro. I definitely like it a lot.
Thank you.
Definitely like it a lot.
I really don't know how to describe my music a whole lot other than I just want people to be able to vibe and rock and listen to some real shit on top of it. I know there's a lot of times where we listen to some real music and we really feel it, but it's not much of a bop,
Right.
I'm big on cooking, big on barbecuing, having a party, and everybody just enjoying time. So try to want to keep certain vibes in check, but I just want people to be able to rock with it during the day. Okay. Whether that's on the road, that's a big one. Being on the road, being at a party.
Okay.
Just keeping the vibe going.
Right.
So hopefully I can keep doing that.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Y'all heard it here first, man. It's the Boss Body Podcast, man. We got KEPA in the motherfucking building. Hey, people that's tuned in, man, make sure y'all go check out For the Record Radio 7 days a week, man. You call in right now if you want to, 929-477-2425. Nothing but independent artists being showcased right now. So make sure you tune the fuck in if you want your music showcase. Hit up Fly God, hit up anybody on the Photo Record team. Submit your motherfucking music. We get on the airways, man. Let the world hear you. Let the world hear you, man. But hey, I'm a little high, bro. He got some gas, bro. He got some gas. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I took a few hits, bro, and yeah, that shit hit, man. That shit hit, man. Hey, so what's your favorite part, man, about being Hawaiian, or what's your favorite part about your culture, man?
Really just the aloha behind it. Aloha means a lot of things, and a lot of people know it as like a greeting or like a salutation. But aloha itself is a culture. You know, it's about the people. It's about community. Mm-hmm. Some of us, we have to make sacrifices for one another. Mm-hmm. We have something called like a kuleana, which is like a mission statement, what our code is, our ethics. And a lot of what our code and ethics are is we're working on building the next generation. It's all about passing things on, whether that's through dance, whether that's through music, whether that's just speaking orally through stories. Mm-hmm. You know, and it's just, as I said, the community. Community, everyone is ohana, everyone is family. If you can integrate with the people, then it's all about. On top of that, we know how to integrate with so many other people because we preach so hard on things like respect. Right. Respect, honesty, responsibility, accountability. Mm-hmm. And sometimes in our culture, we have noticed that, especially post-American takeover, that we haven't necessarily been on top of all that, considering what the economic system is or the political system is and how corrupt Hawaii's government can be. A lot of things got perverted in a lot of different aspects. A lot of things have been taken over when they shouldn't have been. Things have gotten disrespected or trampled on when it was tossed up to the people. It's just a few people want to come in, pervert it, mess around with it. Next thing you know, they manipulate it into something else.
The culture or the land in itself?
The land, the culture, everything. If you see now, one thing that we're getting on with what part of our community is called the Frozen Ohana. It's like a Facebook community page, a lot for like displaced Hawaiians. And one thing that we started doing is a lot of people calling this or that Hawaiian like Hawaiian pizza. Well, just because it's pineapple don't mean a Hawaiian, especially because pineapple isn't native to Hawaii. You know what I'm saying? So we've been kind of knocking things like that. A lot of people use our culture almost for their own promotion or for their own benefit. And one thing we've been saying is our culture is not for sale. And I think we noticed in hip-hop, especially with how things got twisted, how it started out as Puerto Rican and African-American culture. You know, and the way it has been perverted, manipulated in certain aspects. It has grown in a lot of aspects. But I think a lot of us as people of color or people who have other origins that have seen some of the colonizations and how things have happened and how they have affected us now, I think we all can vibe and understand on that. Even people who are on the other side, quote unquote, the white folk, this or that, however you want to call it. We all know there's good and bad people, right? You know, but the way that things have, to get back on subject, the way things have been taken over and use our culture as promotion.
Hold on. T-game. Hold this.
That works. I be talking a lot. My bad.
There we fucking go.
Hey, now we posted.
There we fucking go.
We good? Mic check. All right.
There we go. All right, y'all have to adjust that shit.
All right.
Okay, welcome back to the Boss Body Podcast. We tuned in to fucking the podcast with the boy of many weed.
That's pretty much exactly how it sounded when we were in Hawaii too. Oi!
Ching ching! It's like, I was trying more, say more shit than that, but it was just like, it was a lot of Louis or Hawaii.
He tries, but he says he tries, but then he'll say something and it won't be like it will be the first letter of the word, and then he will just make up the rest and really be saying that shit out loud to people too. Like,
I mean, I'm not gonna knock it.
No.
I'm not gonna knock it because growing up, there was a lot of some people could take offense to some of the jokes, but some people would be like, oh, cause I used to dress quote unquote 90s ghetto, back in the day and this and that, and so they'd be like, oh, pineapple wigger and this and that, and it's just like, whatever. I brush it off, it ain't nothing to me because it's like.
True to your style and shit.
Yeah, I don't know too many Hawaiians out here like that. Anyway, I can't click up like that. What the hell?
All the Hawaiians I know are like that.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot of Hawaiians, but when we were out there, they was like, I don't know. I felt like the Hawaiians, the natives, were like the black people of the island.
Yeah.
Like they were. You just automatically, and especially because like. Mixing of any, you're gonna get different throughout history. Down the line, whoever natives and then black people that came to Hawaii at one point, they're like the hair, like there's some Hawaiians that are more close to like I would say like Asian, and then there's some that are very like West Indies, like
lots
Caribbean.
Of cultures have definitely came in. I mean, my mom, where I got the Hawaiian side from, she is Hawaiian, Puerto Rican, Filipina, Portuguese, Spanish, and that's just what I know off top.
Right.
And with that being said, my mom's siblings, half siblings, I can't remember exactly what the other half is. I know that it's definitely Hawaiian, like they get Hawaiian on both sides. So super Hawaiian. Some of them are like, some of my cousins and some of my aunties are practically like black. Like ashy, like black. And then I got me, they called me Holly Boy coming out because I came out white as hell.
Right.
And then
like,
my brother came out damn near black.
Thing. Like there's some Mexicans that have blonde hair and blue eyes, and you call them widow or widow, like different stuff that.
Welcome back to the Boss Body Podcast, everybody. It's your boy M-Man Trayvon. I got Bay with me. And I got my boy KEPA in the fucking building. We talking about Hawaiian culture, traditions, and other things like that. If y'all tuned in live on Facebook, it's KEPA, Bay. It's Bay and Trey, Boss Body Podcast. You know how we fucking do. But we talk about Hawaiian culture and things and whatnot, and talk about how different the versatility or diversity in the Hawaiian culture. Like there's like some like who's more black, some who's more Asian, some who's more white, or things like that. You feel me? So I'll let y'all continue. I just had to get that in there real fast. Feel me? Had to get that in real fast, y'all.
Anybody who's just tuning and things, you always gotta give them that update. So I respect that. So
well, growing up, did you always feel connected to your Hawaiian side, or is this like as you're getting older and like maturing into the next? I think that like at our age, 20, 27, 28, you're stepping into a different. Well, you should be stepping into a new state of understanding and like the way you choose to present yourself to the world as well as the way you choose to view the world. And so is that like, if this is a newer thing, how has that affected your music? Like you coming into that like awakening versus, okay, now I know I'm feeling this connection. Cause like for me, I'm Mexican, but my dad is black and Mexican, and he was born in the late 50s. And so it's like, he grew up during a time that my grandma was like, I'm not teaching them Spanish because they're already different enough. I'm not giving anybody a reason to mess with them. So none of my uncles speak Spanish besides like slang that they knew of, like being yelled at by their mom but it's like, but I speak it, and I had a strong desire of learning that my culture, and that I think, I paint. That I think my paintings are extremely like influenced by my Latin heritage, but I don't feel it's not like I'm sitting here feeling drawn to my Irish side, and but my mom didn't know about her Irish, because you're so Americanized, that's so far removed, but like the culture plays a role into like my art, so like as you've experienced that new knowledge, has it?
It's crazy that you bring that up too, because as you started from the beginning on that and started moving forward with the explanation on it, I definitely resemble a lot on how you felt on that. Granted, there hasn't been a whole lot of resources out there that I've been able to obtain to be able to learn Hawaiian, or what is called olelo. And so I just recently, as of the past few years, have been really getting connected with it. Granted, when I was younger and we moved out here, I remember one specific time, I was probably about 8 or 9 years old, about my daughter's age. And we were going back to her spot. She lived in Malacca at the time, and it was just me and her. We went and grabbed some food or something like that, and she pulled over right before we got to the driveway. And I don't know why she didn't pull in the driveway, but she pulled off to the side, and she goes, "Look, I want you to remember that your middle name is KEPA. It means Joseph in Hawaiian. My late grandfather gave me that name."
I looked it up. There's a lot of...
Yeah, that's how my artist name started coming out. Yes, and it's crazy because the name itself came about about 2019. It was around a couple years after I joined the Frozen Ohana community. And they started posting pop-ups of...
Which is a group on Facebook for Hawaiians,
displaced Hawaiians, people from Hawaii, things of that nature.
I like Facebook groups.
I do too.
There's a Facebook group. Y'all watch this motherfucker. Boss Body Promo. What's up, cuz?
Shout out to Boss Body, by the way. Appreciate the time.
Support, man,
But to continue on that, yeah, like I was younger. I lived with my dad after my mom and dad split up when I was about 4 years old. And with my mom being the only one that's from Hawaii and whatnot, granted, I still got to see my mom a little bit here and there, but my mom didn't really speak a whole lot of Hawaiian, and that's another problem in our community. A lot of us haven't been able to speak a lot of Hawaiian because up until, the 70s or 80s, it was pretty much outlawed when Hawaii was annexed into the United States. They started saying, "Oh, it's illegal to practice Hawaiian culture, dance, language, everything." Yes, even though it was listed as the state language,
In Hawaii, you can do it?
Nope, they outlawed it. And then once back in the 70s and 80s, more people started getting more interested in more native cultures, things of that nature.
Well,
they started...
The government figured out how to
monetize it. Exactly. And so then you're starting to see it come about.
This is fun. We could sell this idea of hula hula.
Yep. So that's been a crazy ordeal in itself, but as of late, I don't know the reason. I feel like there's money behind it somewhere in the back end. Granted, I'm not close enough to really know the back end like that. But there's a huge cultural renaissance going on, I feel like, for Hawaiian people. A lot of us are really starting to understand where we come from. There's so much more resources because of the internet, things like Facebook. I wouldn't have connected with my aunties from Hawaii if it wasn't for Facebook.
Has your name always been the KEPA?
For artist-wise?
Yeah.
I went through quite a bit. I went through a lot of different phases, and nothing ever stuck, and that was one reason why I never really ventured too off and really tried to do anything up until like now and started doing it in a serious tone. I felt like I didn't have a true image. I didn't have an identity, and I knew my main identity was being Hawaiian because that's where I come from. I got the stamp on my birth certificate. It says I am Native Hawaiian on my birth certificate. I was born around all Native Hawaiians when I was born. I was the one white person in that freaking room. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm from Hawaii, but I didn't know anything about Hawaii. So I had to do something like on your end. I had to go and seek it out myself. And up until now, it's really been a whole lot more prominent. And I just felt like maybe I had to explore it in different phases. My auntie, when I was 19, 20 years old. It was right before I turned 21. It was right after I had my gallbladder taken out. My auntie hits me up as I'm on bed rest. "Hey, going to Maui for Uncle Ikaika's high school graduation. If you can get to Washington and back, I'll get you to Maui and back. I hopped down at that second. As soon as that next paycheck in, I had that plane ticket. I had that ready to go. So we went to Maui, got to visit there, but I didn't do a whole lot specifically. I think it was because I was like in culture shock. I haven't been there since I was like a year old, and growing up,
There's a different sense also because I remember the first time I went to Mexico. First time I went, it was euphoric almost.
Yes.
It's very euphoric and like
all the noise shuts out for a minute.
An overwhelming sense of belonging, even though you've never been there.
Yes.
But you know you've been there, but like.
Right, I never got to. Really
like for me, I'd never been there because I wasn't born there, you know. But like, you know, you didn't experience it,
and that's also part of that journey too. Because I always had this feeling like, yes, I am Hawaiian, but now I'm around Hawaiians, I don't feel Hawaiian. I feel like, and it's crazy because growing up, my grandfather, yeah, he's white, you know, has a German background and such, but he definitely has some type of native or something in him. He's like red. He's colored. My grandfather's colored on my dad's side. Like he's like a red. You funny as hell for that. But you know, back in their days, you know, my grandparents born in the 50s, you know, like I could see why they'd be kind of prejudiced coming from farmlands and like back in the country areas and things, smaller towns. And you know, my grandmother's like 100% Swedish, so if we went and did like a DNA test, I'm sure Swedish is the biggest portion on it. But like none of them were in tune to anything was specific in their culture. You know, so when it came to me knowing that I am Hawaiian, there is something there. I've always felt that connection. My grandfather, when growing up, we speak English in this house. We don't speak Spanish. We don't speak Hawaiian, this and that. But my grandfather spoke German here and there. You know, so it was like, I remember when I was in middle school, I was looking at like my papers or something like that, and it said Daniel Allen Toll, and I was like, that's not my fucking name. Got the wrong person here, evidently. That's not. They made me bring my birth certificate in and prove that my middle name is Io Kepa Wayne. And how did that happen? How in the hell did that happen? You can't. Well, at least my dad's influence. Maybe my dad didn't know how to spell it. Maybe my dad just did that because he didn't. Right, you know, I.
Like the same thing with the teaching of the language, like whatever was gonna be easiest. Same thing that when people come from other countries and they always have like an American name.
Yes.
You know, it's just whatever is gonna be able to be more assimilated.
Right, exactly. So I don't know the whole thing behind it, but like I knew growing up I was kind of whitewashed. And I knew when I had the chance to go to Maui, I was like, yeah, I'm able to go back to Hawaii. I get to go back where I'm from. Like, I am Hawaiian. And my grandfather, I remember getting this argument with him. You're not Hawaiian, you're Minnesotan. I was like, the fuck are you I don't think you understand what Hawaiian is. It's not just a state. We are a native people. And there's a culture. There's everything behind it. Mm-hmm. And I think he was so hard to accept that. I don't know why. But I know at least on the Hawaiian side of my family, I'm the firstborn of my generation of like 23 cousins in total. And at least on the Hawaiian side, where there's about 19 of us, they take that as a really big ordeal. Like, I'm going to be head of the family type shit one day.
Head of table.
Exactly. And on my grandfather's side, my grandfather's really big on power aspect, but I don't know if he understands it well enough or translates it well enough. And so maybe there's a reason for that there too. Never really know. I don't really care to know. We finally got on a better tip in regards to a relationship in that aspect. But throughout most of my time, I felt like most of it was whitewashed. And then I finally get to go. Now it's being around Hawaiians. But my aunties and people told me, they were like, look, you were born here and you are native Hawaiian. You have a right here. And if anybody questions you, you can send them our way. Do this, whatever the hell. You are Hawaiian. It doesn't matter how much Hawaiian.
Sense of belonging and that natural, because you know, you naturally are gonna feel like they look at you
but I never understood it because I never felt that before.
Right.
And so, like, when it came about, it was like...
I kind of feel like... one second. But I kind of feel like, I was the same way, like, with just me being black, like, no. I didn't really... I knew I was black, but I didn't really accept me being black or didn't know my culture of, what black really meant and shit, you feel me? Yeah. And I was trying to, like, run from that shit or... Like we were talking about the other day, like, just being.
This is the Bay and Trey podcast. Yeah. We could go on the whole time, but it's boss fight, so you want to talk about music. But
I'm here for all of it.
We could have that whole conversation. Mm-hmm. He has an incredible story of his moving around and like experiencing different things, and you two could relate on that, and then
right.
We haven't had a whole lot of conversations, but I know, like, when I seen that you was out there,
right?
I was commenting on Snapchat, just a little here, there, and we really started vibing and really talking. I think, like, you motherfuckers wild. Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah. Welcome back to the Boss Body Podcast, y'all. We got special guests in the building, KEPA. I got Bay with me. It's the People's Champ. And man, Trayvon. You know what it is, man. We'll take a quick break right here, y'all. We finna play some music for y'all. I'm gonna play this song called One of my latest singles I just dropped off the mixtape Revival of Deezy. So y'all want y'all to check this out real fast. We're finna play that shit. Let's get it.
Open to it. Trey said that he finds some ways to make it work, so I'm open to it. Definitely open to it.
Definitely. So you were saying you wanna hear some shit that gets you in your bag and shit, bro, right?
Yeah.
Well, nigga, I got this song called Jug off the Revival of Deezy mixtape coming up, bro. I think you really like this shit, bro.
I like the name of it.
Like it's Jug, but like it's an old track. I was gonna I did a track before, so I wasn't gonna play the Revival of Deezy, so I was gonna come back and like I'm doing a lot of remixes and a lot of remakes.
Okay.
So I'm like, I wasn't gonna remake it, but remix it. I'm like, fuck it, bro. I'm gonna remake the shit. Come in new bars and everything. Show motherfuckers an improvement and shit. You feel me?
Hell yeah.
And then
hell yeah.
I just kept the same chords, but it came in with new versions and shit. You feel me? Some of the verses I like keeping because they're real cold. But some of the shit I'm like, I gotta.
Do you have a lighter?
I gotta show them. Gotta show them the weight.
Right here. Yeah, let's run that shit.
This is not fully mixed either right here, but it is what it is though.
Let's get it.
Yeah.
Got the whole squad in here, man.
Hey.
I got that bag.
Jug. I got that bag. Jug. I got that bag. Got that bag. I got that bag. I got that bag. I got that bag. Jug. Look, bro, that's what I said, look. It got bags, it got toe tags. It got bags of that green shit. It got bad to serve fiends with. Gotta get it by any means, bitch. Got the bag, no groceries. That's why she over me. Now I'm in her ovaries. Got it what she from overseas. Got the bag, no suitcase, but enough to fill a whole suitcase. I'm on Terramana, she on Douce. I'm sipping clear, that Blu-ray. This Deezy mixed with that new tray. Got the bag, ain't talking purse. Dan House of y'all niggas curse. ASAP Ferg, I put in work. Put in work, I put him in the dirt. I put him in the hurt, I put him in the... Got bags of the burp and a trap with a chirp. Got bags of that burp. Got bags of that hurt. Got bags, I know you heard. I'm in the street like I got that bag. Jug. I got that bag. Hey, Jug.
That's a vibe.
Jug, you feel me? Jug. I got that bag. Got that. And the crazy thing about it, bro, the original version went so motherfucking hard too, bro. I might just drop it for him because people never heard it before. We made it, never dropped that shit. So I might just drop it for him.
Lost tapes right there.
got bags, I'm serving. I'm swerving. See it, bitch, I'm curving. Cause now I'm Murray. Look, got bags, got wolf a rag the rich, and now bitch, I'm hot.
Yes, sir. Okay, I see you, bruh.
Yeah, boy.
Get me in that vibe.
This is a Boss Body Podcast. How y'all motherfucking doing? The song y'all just heard was Jug. Jug, man. Mix and mastered by my boy Cody Go Crazy, CGC Productions. CGC Productions. My boy Cody Go Crazy just dropped the album, actually, man. Went crazy. May 13th. Breezy dropped the project on May 1st called Still. So make sure y'all go check both of them projects out on Spotify, nigga, Apple Music, whatever you get your motherfucking music at. Look up Cody Go Crazy. You can get Went Crazy. Look up El Breezy. You get the album called Still. I got Revival of DZ coming. Whenever I drop that motherfucker, I don't got no set date. But just know when I do drop the motherfucker, I'm going to drop that shit. But hold on. Let's run that shit back one more time for the motherfucker that just tuning in. This shit right here called Jug, y'all. We run that shit back right here because bro said he like this shit.
Hell yeah, that shit a bop.
This shit a motherfucker bop. I got the whole squad in here, man. Hey, I got that bag. Jug. I got that bag. Jug. I got that bag. I got that bag, Jug. It would be a good ass fuck. I can come in with like different bags and shit. Like,
hell yeah.
Bag. Hey,
Money bag.
I got that
Money
bag.
shit. Double hammer.
Hey, look, I got bags. I'm of that green shit. Got bags to serve the fiends with. Gotta get it by any mean, bitch. Got the bag, no groceries. That's why she over me. Now I'm in her ovaries. Got her what she from overseas. Got the bag, no suitcase, but enough to fill a whole suitcase. I'm on Terramana, she on Duce. I'm sipping clear, that Blu-ray. This DZ mixed with that new trait. Got the bag, ain't talking purse. Dan House of y'all niggas curse. ASAP Ferg, I put in work. Put it work. I'll put him in it. I'll put him in the earth. I'll put him in a blunt dead. I'll bet the perf. Bags of the verb and a trap with the chirp. Got bags of that bird. Got bags, I know you heard. What up, Deli? I'm ministry like a curb. I got that bag. Jug. I got that bag. Jug. Wanna push your bottom back some? Back. That bag. That bag. Jug. I got that bag. I got that bag. Look. Jug. Got bags. I'm beep. I'm swerving. See it, bitch. I'm curving. Cause now I'm Mervin. Look, got bags, got cash, got guap with the rap for rich, and now bitch I'm hot. Got bags, got wolf a rat the rich, and now bitch I'm hot. Welcome back to the Boss Body Podcast, y'all. We got KEPA in the motherfucking building. Bay Tradings, bitch. You know how we do, man. It's been a while, man, since we had a guest on the Boss Body Podcast. It's been a few weeks, man. We've been on our Boss Body Takeover shit on the For the Record Radio every Saturday, 8 p.m. You can tune us in, man. You can catch us For the Record actually every day at 8 p.m. 929-477-2425. Just call in. Artists, if you got music, just make sure you submit your music, and you can get heard, man. Hit up anybody on the For the Record team. We got Mondays, we got the Female Vibes. Tuesdays, we got Bullshit with OG Tiger Lee. Wednesdays, we got King Kush. Thursdays, we got Chop It Up with Pops. Fridays, we got Fresh Fridays. And Saturdays, like I said, it's the Boss Body Takeover. And Sundays, we got The Great Bar Show. Feel me? So tune in every single motherfucking day. We do this shit. And my battery just died on my light, y'all. So, woo. It's got dark as hell. Real dark in here. So, yeah. We're going to switch locations real fast, y'all. We're going to go inside. We're going to go inside here because we can't do the podcast in our new setup. It was looking real lovely though. We had plants and shit. Bay just set her plants up here.
Definitely was a vibe.
But it's cool, y'all. Y'all stay tuned. It's a Boss Body podcast right here. That's how we do shit. This how we do this shit. We just have to do this shit. We adapt. We adapt because we adaptive. We adaptive. Don't leave, y'all. Don't leave, y'all. We still here. We still here. We still here. We still recording. Still recording. You be good, bro. Our dogs don't take their shoes off, so it's fine. Our dogs don't take their shoes off. I'm just gonna come over here. Baby, wanna pull a chair up over here? Yep, y'all. So we back, y'all. This is a new microphone we got. I had got a new light setup we was using, but unfortunately the battery just died. So we're using natural lighting, not natural lighting, still artificial.
About all the stuff for different for the record and all that, and then you were talking about make sure you send your music in.
Oh yeah.
And that just made me think I'm trying to hear some KEPA.
I'm with it.
You with it? So the question is, you want play on live, or would you want to play exclusive for her?
I mean, we can play it live if y'all want.
Play it live? Okay, cool. We're gonna do that. All right, y'all. So
can you pull up on your phone?
I'll probably pull it up. Yeah.
We can hear some KEPA.
Hopefully this
live.
Because our phone is.
Just let me know when you're ready to hear it. Hopefully it's loud enough here. Because I got 4 battery left.
I want to give a quick shout out to the Bay and Trey podcast. Everybody, if you're not following the Bay and Trey podcast, I need y'all to do me a favor. Go ahead and look up the Bay and Trey podcast wherever you listen to your podcast at. That is a podcast by me and my wife where we talk about healthy relationship things like communication. Basically communication in relationships, because communication basically it leads down to communication is the basis of every relationship. So if there's no communication, there's nothing. So we basically talk about how to communicate and how to navigate with fights and just different barriers in relationships. So go ahead and check that out, guys, if you can. For me, that is the Bay and Trey podcast.
We also got to give a big shout out to Flock Gaza for the Record Radio. Tune in on Saturday nights at 8 p.m. Central. That's where you get to know a little bit more about us and get to know our music more. So tune in on Saturday nights at 8 p.m. for the Record Radio.
Came out tasteless, I'm talking music. I couldn't take what it took to do this. We went through this, that fast life. I will abuse it. When it comes to snakeskin, I can't choose it. Baton Rouge influence with what I do, can't prove shit. My background is ruthless. Lay the Mac down when I'm losing. A lot of people so clueless. I'll use a bitch for my movements. I match make like Cupid. For politic and I loop it. Now switching up, that's impatience. No sanction, that's impatience. Greediness, that's impatience. Cloud, that's impatience. It's nothing, I'm impatient. I gotta rep and then embraced it. Get money over being famous. I'm bout that action after gracing it. So go Sakuna or Borishiki, cause bodies drop with the energy. Black Air Force with an and one. Pat Beverly, I'm here to get some. Wanted all the smoke just to prove your motive. Only gave a price that goes with the quotient. I'm smoking potent like a locomotive. They all confused with what I got in motion. Slept on floors and I slept on couches. People put me on when they started vouching. Only happened after I started pouncing. Opportunities that didn't amount to nothing. Tested loyalty and got little. Relationships too brittle, but I'm sitting cool. I did circles on an annual, it feels blissful. So switching up, that's impatience. No sanction, that's impatience. Greediness, that's impatience. All full clout, that's impatience. If nothing, I'm impatient. I gotta rap and then embrace it. Get money over being famous. I'm bout that action after gracing it. I came back with a vengeance, dog. I'm not a friendly. Things are different than taking losses. Whole lot of enemies. I'm underrated. You don't know about me. So lazy, but a newfound reach. No place, no conceive pity. I'm debating over my city. It's peak anxiety. Don't remind me. Preaching lines for the 5D. Don't remind me. Wrong side of society. Teach what I can see. The full unlawful practices. Oh, I totally I've been patient, so I can master it. When it comes to scripts, gotta think about it as an activist. So switching up, that's impatience. No sanction, that's impatience. Yeah, I just got done with that. Shout out to Pyro on the engineer, Pyro Fox. Shout out to Premise on the beat for that beat. I love that shit. He has a vibe on all of his shit, man. That sound he has is a different ball game. Between him, Ooh Boy, and Kofi Cooks, those are my favorite guys. Those are some of the most of the guys I listen to on YouTube and whatnot. But they get me in my vibe, man. They got their own sound. They got their own whole vibe going, and it's just. Yeah, I'm trying to evolve a little bit more. Obviously, there's a lot of things I can work on, a lot of things that I need to work on, but it's all part of mastering the craft. And when you get around people who are about the game, love the game, know the game, especially the art, the culture, and everything behind it, not just what they can make off of it, that's what I'm trying to surround myself with. I'm trying to provide value while obtaining value so we can all up each other's game. So we're all trying to get to the same place at the end of the day.
What's cool about it is you're definitely your approach is different than a lot of people because you're really just genuinely trying to enjoy, which to me is, I don't know. I'm a therapist. That's what. Okay. So I'm like, you're creating your aloha within your craft. Within your time, you're looking to find the aloha in everything that you do, and which is how your culture is tied into your music and how that. And I also see you haven't put anything out yet. Also with you unsure with your identity of who you are culturally, and transfers over into as an artist. And it's so raw because I can't speak for Trey, but I remember when we first saw you, and the first time we saw you perform, it was your first time ever performing. At
least on you could say professional level to a degree. I wasn't making money off of it or anything, but it was the first time I stepped on anything stage or to perform in any aspect since high school.
Right.
Right.
As
school and high school,
as an artist, yeah.
And so main thing I've been trying to do is trying to get an image that is worth the damn to follow, and a lot of that is about being a good person. A lot of what my culture preaches, and as soon as I said, everything has just been falling into place as I've been going along, like it's meant to happen. And as things have been rolling along, I've been learning more about my culture slowly but surely. And more is coming. It's starting to really affect on how I view, how I externalize things. And that's how we're starting to realize some of the issues that I'm dealing with in therapy. A lot of these issues that were like this, okay, we got this full circle, we'll put this here, this here, this here. Well, throwing this and that in as we've been going along, oh, wait a minute. When we put this entire thing together, I don't know how he missed it. My therapist wants to diagnose me with BPD, borderline personality disorder, especially with how I internalize and externalize things a lot with my identity, a lot with how I try to maintain relationships, keep relationships, obtain relationships. I have evolved over time, obviously, especially as you're saying, as we get older, we step into different spaces. And I've been blessed to have a network and people around me that see what I'm trying to be about, trying to see what I'm trying to become and what I'm trying to do and provide. And they see look, he just needs some support and people to get him going. Mm-hmm. And as I've constantly been building that network and building that following, I just feel like it just comes full circle.
Right.
That's at the end of the day, it comes full circle. And as you said, culture affecting the music, definitely. It definitely proceeds on the identity, how you externalize things and what you're going to put out there in your music, how you're going to possibly influence people. You got to stay mindful and aware of all of that because, I look at it back in hip hop, 90s, 2000s or so, when they were like, oh, we're selling drugs, we're fucking babies' moms and doing this and that. What about the kids that are seeing all that? You know, you're selling drugs to these babies' moms and these people, this and that. You're seeing people do this and that, and the babies and the kids are seeing that. Now you're coming in with a new generation that isn't selling drugs, they're using drugs. You know, granted, yeah, you're always going to have this or that, and obviously it could be what I'm seeing compared to what other people are seeing, especially now how the internet and algorithms roll. But just who I've seen get big throughout hip-hop, you know, I'm not going to throw names out there because everybody has their demons and vices that we all go through, you know, but seeing guys come out saying, I'm selling drugs, and then 10, 15 years later, I'm using drugs, you know, I feel like a lot of that correlates. And if, as a culture, we can start staying more accountable and start really figuring out who the fuck we are rather than rolling on autopilot and what's put in front of us, I feel like we can start making better choices. Informed people make better choices at the end of the day. That's what I truly believe. And if we're not informed, we're going to do dumb shit. You know, that's why some of us are doing some dumb shit. Sometimes we don't know how to get out, you know, and now with how the internet is going, as long as you can start preaching some of this information, getting some of this out, whether that's through music, through podcasts, any kind of media, through keynote speaking, anything. If you have a positive influence, people are going to follow you. It's about how you're going to get it out there. Exactly. And so I've been really trying to just focus on building that identity. What do I want to be known as? What do I want to be remembered as? But also remembering I'm a growing person and I'm not going to be a perfect person or a perfect image. So maybe I need to tone that down a little bit and just kind of go with it rather than just worrying about the image all because everything is going to start fitting into place because it's a journey and people who are following you is following your journey. And so
does that mean that you have some potentially released music coming? Since you're embracing being in the journey.
I will say this. I've been taking music a lot more seriously. As I've been getting...
on me, then we go drop something.
Yeah.
You're gonna have no option. They'll record it and drop the next day.
Hey, you know what? Maybe we need to get in the booth together, man. I'd love to, because I love to just rhyme and spit, man. Like, I grew up doing that because I felt like I was trying to play guitar when I was younger. My grandfather gave my brother a guitar and told me I didn't want it well enough, and I think that started pushing me into more rhyming and this and that, but my grandfather was a singer. He used to sing out in Germany when he was stationed in Germany when my dad was being born out there because he was in the Army. Had his own band, offered a big-time contract by RCA back in the 70s. Ended up declining it because of family and shit. You know, it was a lot different game back there, as we all know, and how dirty the music game can get. You know, so he turned that down. So, yeah, it's, as you said, it's been a journey. I've been working on things a lot more seriously now. As I said, shout out to Pyro Fox for being my engineer and just working with me on things with recording technique and doing this and that. But I'm working on things, and I plan to really get moving on things. I can't say what it's going to be on. I can't say even it's going to be this beat that I showed you guys or anything like that. It's one I really liked. But these bars, everything I write, everything I put into music, all that's going to be intact. Yeah. So I'm working on things. I can't say I'm releasing anything sometime soon, but I'm hoping I can get really things going this year. And the plan on what I'm trying to do project-wise is maybe it needs a start in the beginning of next year because the face is going to be a little different. I'm not going to drop like a whole project and throw it. I'm going to do kind of like 4 tracks here, 4 tracks here, 4 tracks here, 4 tracks here, and then culminate it all into one big project. Who knows? Maybe it comes down to if it does anything off of the first 4 or 8, maybe they start turning into an NFT and start going to that's another thing I'm getting into. Monetization. Trying to, especially with the new age trying to come about. So, you know, I'm working on it. Definitely working on it and trying to figure out how it's going to incorporate with the ever-changing world that we're going through right now. Especially with things like cryptocurrencies and how securities are rolling and this and that. So we'll see where it comes and when it's going to. But one of my life goals is at least to drop one project on a serious note. Because if I don't do that, I'm going to be like, well, what the fuck? I know I'm going to regret it. It's going to be like my grandfather looking at like the country music awards and things. You could see it in his face. Not that he regrets his decision because it didn't turn out in a certain way or whatever, but he knows he could have been up there. And if I have any chance, I want to at least try to take a shot. I can't say how much time and devotion I can do that because now I'm a father. As we know, parents, you got different this and that, and that's a whole nother situation behind it. Story for another time, but my plan is to release something, and I want to do it before I'm 30 or at 30. But I wanted to do something 2 years ago. My buddy was all like, if you don't do it now, you're never going to do it. And I'm like, I disagree with you, but I get where you're getting at. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy Tyler Lowkey, LKG Lowkey Gaming. That's my guy. He's been rolling with me since the very beginning. When I'm almost on my deathbed, how many different times he'd come up. We going to the hospital, dog. So, yeah, working on some music. Sorry for the long-ass explanation, but working on some music. Don't know about soon releases, but down the road, definitely plan on doing it. I got a production plan in place. Definitely. So, I don't know if you want the rest of that. That's getting low. I've been sitting on that motherfucker for a minute.
You can put it up, man. But, hey, bro, I definitely appreciate, man, everything you're talking, bro. Like, being open, bro. Feel me? Learning, like, I definitely like that shit. Definitely like talking, feel me? More than just music, because, music is more than just music, feel me?
Yes, exactly. So. And the more people that understand that, the better. It's not to knock some of the big name guys out there, but, we've seen some, like, white folk monetize off of it and then go to a completely different genre and act like they've never been about it.
Right.
And that shit pisses me the fuck off. It's the same type of shit that I see, like, for example, Hy-Vee came out with their own Hawaiian buns and tried to call it Hawaiian buns. Yeah, we should. I tell you what, out of the Frozen Ohana, we've seen that shit, and we went on that page and started talking bad shit. And they're all like, we taking these posts off, screw that. We ain't promoting that no more. It's like, nope. How are you going to do that on Asian Pacific Islander Heritage Month, bro? That was a smack to the face, bro, and that's how I viewed that kind of shit. And so, like, there's people... I feel like, especially as hip-hop has gotten into so mainstream as it is now the most listened to genre of music basically in the world at this point, that people need to start understanding where more of the origins came from. Because let's be real, there's a lot of folk out here would have not vibed with that back in the 60s and 70s like that. Even back in like 80s, KRS-One and Rakim days. You know what I'm saying? Can't say I know their whole catalogs of this and that, but I definitely have listened to quite a few of their stuff, and I like a lot of it. I see where it pioneered at. I was big on trying to at least know where it came from, and started with blacks and Puerto Ricans needing to voice their shit out from the hood, man. And I hate seeing people try to monetize it and get rich. Next thing you know, I ain't never been there. Like, I understand the leveling up portion. You need to get out the hood if that's where you're at. That's what most people's goal is.
I think people need to stop trying to get out the hood and they need to start building up the hood.
Thank you. I'm big on that too. You see how America brought in
people start upgrading. I think it'll be better.
All the, how would I say, skilled immigrants coming into this country because of opportunity. And it's not to knock them. You got to feed your families, but more places need to find a way to incentivize these people to stay in their home and start building their own place. And that's another reason why I love this Aloha culture. We're all trying to come back to the Aina and build it back the way we want it, and so I can't say all of us, but the majority of the Hawaiians and Kanaka and the Hapahaulis and things, like all the people that are part of that, I feel like most of them are like, nah, we need to fight for our shit. We've been displaced for 1, 2, 3 generate, whatever it is, but this is where we're from, and they have made it a point to know that this is who we are and where we're from. So, yeah, building our shit, as I said earlier, like a Hawaiian cultural renaissance I feel like is exploding right now. I mean, maybe it's just my perception too, but I see a lot of people trying to monetize off of it, trying to promote things or do this or that, So I try to take it as like, yeah, they fuck with our culture doing this and that, but then you see it that they're perverting it. they're changing it in a way where like, no, that's not Hawaiian. That's your own little twist on it and trying to monetize off of our culture, you know. And that kind of shit bothers me, you know. But
I have one.
sorry for just throwing it out there like that.
One question. What if, like, as an artist, as KEPA, not as
Danny.
yeah, but obviously, like
Daniel, Danny, Dan, you know, I feel like they're all part of the same room.
whomever. As KEPA, like, what is something you would want people listening? Oh my God, why would you put it right up in my face? God, I'm sorry, everyone. What do you want people watching this or people that are listening to the podcast to take away from KEPA? Like, what's one thing that you would want your listeners right now to remember this interview as?
You know, that's something that I've really thought about too coming into it, because this is kind of like my first one that I've ever done. And I was talking with my buddy E, and we're just kind of going over some pre-production ideas or some things that we might want to talk about beforehand or whatever, you know, when we get here and things. And I was just thinking that this could possibly just be a beginning, but I just want people to know that whether you're black sheep, nomad, displaced, you know, you just feel like you just don't belong. And there's a lot more people that feel like that, whether that's because of your race and culture, whether that's because of, you know, all sorts of ideals. Maybe it's just your ideals compared to the people that you're around and you can't find a way out. There's more people like it, but you just need to stay strong because there's a reason for it. Right. Not saying that everything happens for a reason. Not saying that, you know, you got to stick through bullshit to get somewhere, but you got to find where these, so to say, destiny points lie. And if you're listening to this, if you're listening to me at any sort of point, just know that there's more people like you. I'm with you, and hopefully maybe I can provide enough value to maybe get you out of that rut. Maybe you just want to bop to it and hear some game. I'm just trying to spit game,
Something
man.
to listen to while you're getting through.
Right. Basically, I'm just trying to spit game, man. Let's get the fuck out of the bullshit.
Well, hey, man. It's been a fucking one hell of a fucking show. This boy here, like you said, he's been spinning game. Spitting tracks, you know what we do, Boss Body Entertainment, bro. We spin tracks and spit facts all day, every day. So I appreciate for y'all tuning in, man. This special episode. Like I say, you know, we don't do these so very often because we be busy with the radio show, but we definitely gonna start doing these a lot more frequently again. We're gonna start doing live videos every time, and we're gonna do audio as well. So y'all stay tuned for the Boss Body Podcast. Y'all can check us out on Spotify, Anchor, Google Podcasts. Just type in Boss Body Entertainment and look us up for our music and podcasts, videos, everything. Feel me? Not just everybody on Boss Body Entertainment. So check out everybody. It's our special guest, KEPA, man. You can follow him on social media. What's your social media?
You can follow me on, Snapchat. You can, kind of talk to me personally, kind of get to know me, whatever, at DannyBoy, BO174. You can get at me on Facebook at Daniel Rodriguez Molina. Daniel, RODRIGUES -MOLINA. That was my first last name I ever had before, whatever. We can go over all that. My Instagram, can't even think of my Instagram handle. I haven't been on there for a minute. I got to update social media and shit.
Okay.
But mahalo nui, man. I greatly appreciate you having me here.
Bro.
Down the road, I'd love to be another guest on your podcast.
Most
again.
definitely, bro. Most definitely, bro.
Maybe
Maybe even a feature, man. So we definitely going to tune in, bro. Thank y'all for tuning in. Everybody who clicked in, man. I definitely appreciate everybody. Make sure y'all tap in to Boss Body Entertainment every Saturday on For the Record Radio, 8 p.m. Call into 929-477-2425. You can also follow or listen, do whatever you need to. Tap in with For the Record Radio every single motherfucking day, 7 days a week, no days off. That is 929-477-2425. Mondays we got the beautiful Red and Stallion Baltimore, Female Vibes. Tuesday we got Bullshit with OG Tiger Lee. Wednesday we got King Kush, The Control Room. Thursday we got Chop It Up with Pops. Friday we got Fresh Fridays with Flock Gaza. Saturdays the Boss Body Takeover with me, El Breezy, and Cody. And Sundays you got the Haiti Bar Show. But today it's a Boss Body Podcast, bro, with KEPA. It's been a real one. Let's get it.
Yo, what up, Trey?
What up, Cody?
Boss Body Entertainment.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Yeah. I didn't know that my riches and bitches on the same dial. Keeping 2 phones just to make mine. Making my money right. They say they a waste of time. Females and feelings don't go together. Knew me, I'm feeling better. Labels want me, I know better. I know.
For my niggas who done died before. This for my niggas who not alive no more. This for them niggas who talking about my bro. This for the ones who don't want the pain no more. Bitches and feelings don't go together. They a bipolar storm, I hate bad weather. Man, that shit for the birds, let it go, bird feathers. I'm all about our money, Minnesota Mayweather. If your girl mad, you gotta fix it. If you mad, you gotta fix what she mad about. Ain't mad, but tell me what that about. In my bag, had to follow the paper route. Stacking to the ceiling. In my bag, these niggas and they feelings. Stacking to the ceiling. In my bag, these niggas and they feelings.
I didn't know that my riches and bitches on the same dial. Keeping 2 phones just to make mine. Making my money right. They say they a waste of time. Females and feelings don't go together. Knew me, I'm feeling better. Labels want me, I know better. I know. No, I ain't siding. No, I ain't signing. Only riding for my day ones. Let me co-pilot. I stay dialed in on the outcome. Cash in advance. Do it for the fans. She reaching for the bands. Only band that I'm rocking is one that can keep a sound like this one. So melodic. Elements on the periodic table. So unique. I'm a freak when it comes to the cheese. If the feelings on me, I don't want you. Me and agree when I want, never free. I'ma bust this one out in 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'm done.